In the golden age of piracy, when the Caribbean was a chaotic tapestry woven with the threads of adventure, danger, and untold riches, one name echoed with ominous reverberations across the turbulent waters. Blackbeard. Edward Teach, or Thatch as some knew him, was not merely a pirate, he was a legend, a figure who transformed the very essence of fear on the high seas. His image, with a thick black beard that seemed to writhe like smoke, became synonymous with terror, and his exploits turned him into a paragon of piracy during the early 1700s. Blackbeard's rise to infamy began in the shadowy ports of the Caribbean, where he honed his skills not just as a sailor, but as a cunning leader. His early years are shrouded in mystery, much like the treasure he would later amass. Some say he started as a privateer, a legal pirate in the service of the British Crown. But as the war waned, he turned to the more lucrative life of outright piracy. His most notorious venture began when he seized the Queen Anne's Revenge, a formidable vessel that would become his flagship. With its impressive arsenal and speed, the ship was a floating fortress, allowing Blackbeard to command the Atlantic with an iron fist. His reign was marked by a series of bold and audacious raids, each more daring than the last. The Caribbean was rife with merchant ships laden with gold, spices, and other riches, and Blackbeard's crew became adept at striking fear into the hearts of their victims. Tales of his ferocity spread like wildfire, and soon the mere mention of his name would send shivers down the spines of sailors navigating the treacherous waters. Yet, behind the fearsome facade lay a strategic mind, capable of outmaneuvering both rivals and the British Navy. Blackbeard's treasure, believed to be worth millions, became the stuff of legend. As he plundered ships and coastal towns, he amassed a fortune that many believed he hid away in secret caches. Speculation about the location of his treasure has fueled countless theories, each more tantalizing than the last. Some say he buried his gold in the Outer Banks, where shifting sea and treacherous tides could conceal his wealth from prying eyes. Others suggest that he might have stashed it in the depths of the Caribbean, perhaps on a deserted island known only to him and his loyal crew. The notion that he intended to reclaim his treasure, but met his demise before he could do so, adds a layer of intrigue to his story, leaving treasure hunters and historians alike to scour the coast for clues. But the tale of Blackbeard is not just one of riches. It is also a story of conflict and ultimate demise. In 1718, Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy set out to capture the infamous pirate. Their encounter would become one of the most legendary battles in maritime history. Maynard, commanding a small vessel, engaged Blackbeard in a fierce confrontation off the coast of North Carolina. The battle raged, with cannon fire lighting up the sky and the roar of muskets echoing across the waves. Blackbeard, ever the fierce warrior, fought valiantly, but Maynard's cunning strategy soon turned the tide. In a desperate gambit, Maynard feigned defeat, luring Blackbeard into a trap. As Blackbeard boarded Maynard's ship, believing victory was at hand, he was met with a surprise assault from Maynard's hidden crew. The ensuing clash was brutal, and despite Blackbeard's fierce reputation, he fell to the relentless onslaught. His death marked the end of an era, yet his treasure remained elusive, never to be found aboard the wreckage of his ship. The Queen Anne's Revenge sank, and with it, the secrets of Blackbeard's fortune were lost to the depths of the ocean. The legacy of Blackbeard didn't fade with his death. Instead, it became a beacon for those who sought adventure and wealth. The mystery of his lost treasure continues to captivate treasure hunters and historians alike. Expeditions are launched, maps are drawn, and countless hours are spent, combing the shores for any sign of the fabled riches. Whispers of the Queen Anne's revenge and the secrets it may still hold echo through the halls of maritime lore. The coastline, with its hidden coves and treacherous waters, remains a tantalizing playground for those daring enough to seek the treasure that eluded Blackbeard himself. As we ponder the existence of Blackbeard's treasure, we are left to question whether it truly lies buried beneath the sands of time, or if the real wealth of his legacy resides in the fear he instilled in the hearts of men. His life was a tapestry woven with threads of audacity, cunning, and violence, yet it also invites reflection on the nature of piracy itself. The romanticized notion of treasure hunting often glosses over the harsh realities faced by those who lived by the sword. Would you, dear reader, embark on a treasure hunt if presented with a map? The allure of hidden riches, the thrill of adventure, and the possibility of uncovering a piece of history can be intoxicating. Yet, as you contemplate the journey, consider the lessons of Blackbeard's life. The search for treasure can lead one down paths fraught with danger, but it also opens doors to discovery, of history, of oneself, and of the stories that bind us to the past. So, as the waves crash against the shore and the winds whisper tales of old, let us join the conversation. What do you believe became of Blackbeard's treasure? Is it resting quietly beneath the sands, or has it become part of the legend itself? The quest for answers continues, and with each new generation, the spirit of adventure lives on, driven by the tantalizing promise of what might still be found.